Welcome to the Bolt and Hammer YouTube channel. My name is Alex and I'll be your host. Here on the channel, I'll be learning to play the exciting game of Warhammer 40k with my kids. I'll be sharing my learning journey and give you tips on how to get started yourself along the way. In this first video though, I want to just talk a little bit about what Warhammer 40k is, why I'm passionate about it, and why you might want to play it with your kids. 40k, as it's often referred to, is a tabletop war game that's been around since the 1980s. It's become one of the most popular tabletop games in that time, and its influence is set to grow as a show based on the game is in development by Amazon. I got into the hobby recently after being curious about it for many years. While there are many aspects to 40k, what drew me initially was building and collecting the actual models. Here I've got a few miniatures in various stages of assembly. So I have a Death Dread from the Orcs faction, which has been assembled but not painted. I have a Von Ryan Leaper, which has been primed but not finished painting. And then I have a Terminator Librarian, which has been fully painted. Some of these models are quite easy to build. I'd say that the Leaper here was rather straightforward, even if you've never built a model before. Others, like the Death Dread, can be a little bit more complicated, but if you've ever built one of the larger Lego kits or some IKEA furniture, I think you should be fine. Other parts of the hobby include painting your miniatures, actually playing the game, and reading the associated books that flesh out the history and lore of the 40k universe. I'm excited to do this hobby with my kids, especially because of all these different aspects to it. We can paint, we can build, and we can play together. We can practice our fine motor skills and our artistic creativity as we build and paint the models, and then practice math and strategic thinking as we play the game. As a side note, a lot of the 40k books that I've read are great. However, if your kids are younger, my kids are 7, 5, and 5, I would not share the books with them. I would be looking to share those books with a 12-year-old or older, ideally. Lastly, I think it's important to note that there is a lot of replayability with 40k. What I mean by that is that there are so many different ways to build your army, play different match types with different objectives, and so many different ways to build the actual battlefield that you're playing on, that I can almost guarantee that you'll never get bored of playing this game. For a family, I think this is really key because there can be a significant investment in both time and money required to get going in this game. Hopefully, this has been a good intro to the hobby for any families out there looking for a new game to play. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and please leave me a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks, and see you next time on the Bolt and Hammer channel.